Good afternoon, folks. Got your B for you today. Discussion B has to do with new guidance from European um, European medical. So we'll go through that now. New EU LAR guidance fills a long standing clinical gap for adult onset skills disease by proposing standardized ways to assess disease activity and response, aiming to make diagnosis, treatment, and decisions and research more consistent across clinics and studies. Understanding adult onset skills disease, or AOSD. Adult onset skills disease, a rare autoinflammatory condition that often presents with give me 1 second, folks. Which presents with high spiking fevers, arthritis or arthrodela, a distinctive salmon pink rash, elevated inflammatory markers such as ferritin, proteinal involvement of organs like the liver, spleen, or lungs. Its rarity and variability make it notoriously difficult to diagnose and manage. Some patients experience systematic flares with fever and rash, while others develop chronic arthritis resembling rheumatoid arthritis. This heterogeneal heterogeneity has long frustrated clinicians, leaving them without a unified way to measure disease activity or define treatment success. Why the new guidelines were needed. Until now, AOSD lacked a validated disease activity score. This gap created several problems. Clinical care. Doctors had no standardized benchmarkers to decide when to escalate or taper treatment. Research trials used inconsistent definitions of remission or flare, making results hard to compare. Patient outcomes. Without clear targets, patients often faced uncertainty about what improvement meant. Recognizing this, the European Alliance of Associations for Rheumatology, or EULAR, convened experts to create guidance that would harmonize practice and research, drawing inspiration from systematic juvenile idiopathic arthritis, JIA, which shares many features with AOSD. What the guidelines propose. Rather than prescribing a rigid scoring system, EULAR issued points to consider that lay the groundwork for a future tool. These include core clinical features: fever, rash, arthritis, organ involvement, laboratory markers, ferritin, CRP, ESR, liver enzymes, clinical patterns, distinguishing systematic virus, chronic articular forms, feasibility, ensuring measures are practical for everyday clinics, not just research centers. The emphasis is on simplicity and reliability so that busy clinicians can apply the tool consistently while researchers can use it to generate comparable trial data. Implications for practice and patients. For clinicians, clearer benchmarkers for monitoring disease activity, earlier recognition of flares, and more consistent criteria for treatment changes. For patients, more predictable, clear care pathways, better communication about treatment goals, and reassurance that their progress is measured against standardized criteria for research, a shared framework that allows trials to be compared, pooled, and translated into real world practice more effectively. Next steps and outlook. The guidelines are a starting point, not the final product. The next phase involves developing a validated disease activity tool based on these recommendations, testing across diverse populations and healthcare settings, ensuring it is sensitive to change, reliable and practical routine care. If successful, this will close the evidence gap in AOSD, enabling precision in treatment decisions and accelerating the discovery of effective therapies over time. Patients should benefit from more personalized, equitable, and evidence based care. In short, these new guidelines represent a turning point. They transform AOSD from a condition managed with fragmented approaches into one with a coherent, standardized framework, bringing clarity to clinicians, consistency to researchers, and hope to patients. Okay, guys, that's your B for tonight. I will be back on later for more shows. For now, Gator Wellness, take care, folks.